So I'm joined with Curzon Ashton manager Adam Lakeland after a tough performance, and I'll start first and foremost, being 1-0 up and to concede 2 in quick succession is tough. Sum up that performance for us.
I don't think we were anywhere near the levels we've been at, which I can only really put down to a little bit of fatigue potentially. You know, first off, I thought we started quite well first 15 minutes, and then we just became a little bit sloppy. Kind of allowed them to, you know, put a little bit of pressure on us, a couple of set plays and penalty appeal. Obviously then we took the lead with a great strike from Marnie. I felt we should have had a second one where it's been rolled into Pearsey and he's turned and shot. I think he probably should have set Hanks, but you know, with the vein of form he's been in, you can't really blame him as a striker for turning and shooting there. But second half, we created a lot of chances. You know, a lot of chances. The keeper's made a great save off of Posh header. I think George had a couple when he came on a front header at the front post, shot when it was cut back to him. And then of course Ryan, you know, going through there, last minute should score. But we just failed to deal with a couple of balls in the box, and you know, if you can't do that, then you deserve to concede, and today it's cost us.
Yeah, you mentioned fatigue. It's now 4 games in 2 weeks. Do you reckon that's had a big effect on the squad?
Possibly for a small squad, but then you could, you know, blame the manager for not changing the team and freshening it up. So you know, not one for looking for excuses, but you know, today we just didn't. I think technically we weren't quite at the levels that we have been in recent games. It's the only thing I can really put it down to. But I'm not going to be, you know, critical of the lads, because I mean the last time we lost a game was 29th of August. Yeah. You know, it's now the 8th of October, and it seems every time we've won, somebody else has had a blip. You know, the lads haven't been given any credit. You know, listen to interviews by people after games. I think they're talking a lot of rubbish, and I think my team, my players deserve more credit and respect for their efforts. They play good football, and they've been getting some fantastic results. And unfortunately today we've just fallen the wrong side. You know, this is a difficult place to come for any team. You know, I know Bradford are sat rock bottom of the league at the minute, and they're having a tough time, but they've been involved in a lot of games that have been very close. You know, they were 1-0 up here against Darlington. You know, they've had some games where they've pushed people all the way. It's never an easy place to come, and you know, at some point they were going to win a game, and unfortunately, you know, today was the day.
Yeah, you mentioned how long that unbeaten streak was. It's your first defeat in the 8 games, and it's their first win of the season, which you also mentioned. So does this defeat hurt even more because you were in such a good run of form and they were so low in confidence, or? But
you know, runs, you have good runs and bad runs in football, and one thing that all, you know, is asserts is that they always come to an end. You know, if you're on a great run, you're going to lose at some point. You can't win forever, and if you're on a bad run, you're going to get a result at some stage, and that's, you know, what's happened today. I think, you know, it's fair to say we had, you know, numerous really good opportunities, and you know, in recent games and weeks we've been clinical and putting them away. You know, we've brought Pearsey off today and Hanks both at the same time, who've obviously been our main goal threat in you know, so far this season. You know, Hanks is struggling with his quad, and you know, Pearsey he had a tight hamstring at half time, so we needed to freshen the team up. You know, whether had they been on the pitch, maybe we might have capitalised on one or two opportunities that we created, but they weren't, and we didn't. And you know, as I say, you know, losing Devon Matthews, then, you know, having to put Adam Barton in at the back when he was already again fatigued, you know, because the effort levels that, you know, he's been putting in are staggering, really. And I think it's just, you know, probably one game too far tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned Devon Matthews there. He went down early on in the second half with a hamstring injury. How big a miss was he? Because obviously Adam Barton had to come into the defence, who's been playing midfield most of the season. So was Matthews a massive miss in that second half?
Yeah, I think there's a case to say, you know, because he, you know, he's a bread and butter defender. You know, he enjoys defending, and you know, I think coming into today we had the third best defensive record in the league. Yeah. You know, and the back four, probably in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 league games, it's been very settled. You know, and as soon as you then have to change it, regardless of how good a player Adam is, you know, it's different partnerships between centre back, left back, centre back and centre backs, and your keeper. So yeah, you know, I don't think that helped us. And just sometimes little bits of, you know, luck and little things that go against you. But again, I'm not going to be too critical on the players. I mean, the players are absolutely gutted in there because they want to win and they've been on a great run, and of course they wanted it to continue. But you know, I think they gave us everything. We just didn't quite have enough today, and I can live with that.
Yeah, he walked off almost straight away, but he was walking and he walked into the change rooms himself not too long after. So do you know how long Devon's going to be out, or?
No idea.
No idea,
I don't think he's pulled anything. I think it's just fatigue, tightness. But we'll just have to assess him and see how he is. Yeah,
finishing off, this Tuesday, the Ashton derby's on in the Cup. You'll want to win it, obviously, because it's a derby and it's in the Cup, but will that game be more important now that you've picked up the defeat today? Will you want to get a win for confidence and get the squad morale back up, or
no? That game is absolutely irrelevant to me. You know, if it was up to me, I'd pull us out of it and pay the fine. You know, that's my honest opinion. I think it's a game we don't need. I think it's an unnecessary fixture for us. We've been going really well in the league. We've got a very small squad, you know, that's just the way it is. Obviously the budget that we have, you know, we've put a really good squad together, but it is a small squad, and you know, we've had a lot of games, a lot of travelling. You know, the replay in the Cup. You know, we played Scarborough 3 times. They were in the playoffs. I think they were second before we played them in the league. We played Kingsland prior to that. You know, we've been away to Spennymoor, away to Kidderminster, away to Gloucester. You know, we've had a hell of a lot of travelling and a hell of a lot of games. This game being put in on Tuesday, it just makes no sense to me. And you know, if it was down to me, I wouldn't be going at all.
Yeah.
You know, we won't be taking. We might have to take, you know, a handful of the lads who've maybe not been playing so much, but we will be fielding a lot of the kids. You know, and it's going to be a difficult night for them because you're asking 17, 18-year-olds to play against, you know, against men, which is something they don't do on a regular basis. But I have to prioritise. It's my job to prioritise, and the FA Cup, you know, we're 90 minutes away from the first round proper. You know, I'd be a fool to go and play my strongest 11 on Tuesday and risk losing any more in a meaningless, you know, Manchester Premier Cup game. I mean, and you know, the supporters might not like it and the board might not like it, but you know, it's my job to protect the players and prioritise games, and that's just, you know, it's not a priority of ours at all.
Yeah, well, Adam, unlucky today and good luck on Tuesday night, and thank you very much for your time.